To know the president's choice for the crucial interior and coordination of national government docket, the country had to wait an entire month after the first batch of cabinet secretary nominees was unveiled in April. But since the nomination and subsequent appointment of 53-year-old Joseph Ole Lenku, he has had to deal with the murmurs and questions regarding the basis for his appointment.
Get down!
When smoke began to build from the Westgate Mall 3 days into the siege, the Interior Minister told a nation hungry for information that the terrorists had set mattresses on fire to distract the security forces. Few believed him. The terrorist attack was baptism by fire for the man who had spent his entire career as a hotel manager, now tasked with the management of the security of an entire nation. The conflicting accounts about what was really transpiring inside the mall only served to diminish his ability to earn public trust, many at the time doubting whether President Uhuru Kenyatta had picked the right man for the job. But months later, as we wait to interview him for Newsmakers at his home on the outskirts of the city, the relaxed father of four cuts the figure of very much an ordinary Kenyan, head of what he says is an ordinary Kenyan family.
If you get to know, you'll be very surprised. I'm a very lucky man.
Also, me and my lucky wife.
Are you?
I am a lucky wife. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It is here that he retreated after the long nights in the aftermath of the Westgate Mall attack. Did he at any moment during those long nights doubt his ability to steer the country out of the crisis, I ask?
I have always asked God, and I've done this very sincerely, of what can I do for my country? So when this came, I knew God touched us all somewhere to make this happen for me to serve my country.
But his 20-plus years in hotel management did little to help him earn the trust of Kenyans. He, more than any other government official, has been forced to defend his position constantly.
Yes.
And you hear what people say, ni mtu wa hoteli.
Oh, I hear that big time, and we hear a lot of things. You know, when it comes to leadership position and a position of policy and strategic management, the career path you took has nothing to do with what you do, because really policy is policy. Whether you look at it from a security perspective, whether you look at it from a general management perspective, policy is policy. I have been at the top leadership of an institution, of course at a much smaller scale than now, because now it is the country. But the principles are generally the same. So I want to say that my background does not in any way disadvantage me in being able to execute what I have to do now.
And what Kenyans remember most is the lack of clarity from the government at the time.
We do not want to delve into the gender issue for now.
There are no women actually.
It is very clear that it's only men. Some men had dressed like women to mislead the situation, but all the terrorists are male. Yes.
What was going on in your mind then?
It was not my mind, Esther. It was a team position where Kenyans were so hungry for information, they wouldn't let an hour or a few hours pass without saying, what have you found? So what we were doing, what we believed as a team was, to the best of our knowledge, the position is at that time, is what we gave you. Of course, by trying to delay to gather more information and get the accuracy of the matter, the country became impatient and the media was wild. And therefore, out of the combination of the two and our giving information before or rather giving information as they come out, we are bound to give some, there could have been some degree of inaccuracy. But that is not to say what we gave was actually false. It's not true.
It is that hunger for information and the pressure to deliver that Lenku blames for the turn of events.
You know, when I came out and say there were no hostages, of course the word I used was insignificant, and that put me through fire. When I said that there were actually no hostages, because that is what I meant, people didn't believe. But ultimately there were no hostages. And because of course there is no way to come and tell them we told you it is the truth, we let the thing take its natural course.
We pray that God, you will visit them when they have nobody to visit.
But it is these pictures of Ole Lenku during the National Prayer Day for the victims of the attack that introduce us to the other side of a man on whose shoulders lay the burden of ensuring that such an attack does not happen again.
My going that far to crying was I felt so bad that Kenyans' lives were lost. I would feel the pain of their families, and I'm part of it. It is the Kenyan family that was broken. So when I see a Kenyan family hurt, I am hurt because it is part of me. I am part of them.
With so much on his hands, Ole Lenku says he has quickly realized where he draws his strength from.
My wife, I must say this, and it's not for PR, that I'm very, very blessed to have a very humble lady for a wife. Something I thank God about. We've actually been married for 17 years now, but she provides a wonderful support because she's very, very understanding. She is prayerful, and she supports me to look after the family, and even to ensure that I have the necessary peace at home, which I do. That keeps me going.
We were given a post that we were not sure about it in the first place, but we believe that if God had a purpose for Daddy to be there, there must be a reason for him to be there.
As we talk, he admits that the criticism he received weighed heavily on both him and his family.
That is the price you pay for being a public servant.
Taking away lessons which he hopes will make him even better at what he does.
I have also deliberately tried to take time to read to understand more about security. I know there is a lot of ground I had to cover to come to par with the expectations of Kenyans, so I do quite a bit of reading. I am clearly aware that security is one of the main concerns of Kenyans. If you look at the statistics just coming out, it comes at 49% against issues of cost of living at 70%.
And some of those lessons, he says, include not taking things personally, being able to laugh at himself.
Kenyans feel rightly so that they really must have something to say about their leaders. I saw the 15 famous quote of Ole Lenku, and I was thrilled. I laughed about it because they were not representative of what we said. You also see the creativity bit of Kenyans. You know, out of every situation, Kenyan creates something about it. I don't know whether you saw this one. There was a more funny one about a fan, you know, I can't quite figure it, but it goes like this. In heaven, everybody has a wall clock, and every time you sin, it ticks once. If you sin twice, it ticks twice. Then there is this wall clock at the gate that never moved. And the angel was asked, whose wall clock is this? And the angel said, that one must be for Mother Teresa because she has never lied. And this one has ticked two times. He said, that one must have been for a good pope or bishop somewhere. And this other angel asked, and where is Ole Lenku's? He said, oh, it's in Jesus' office. Then the other angel asked, doing what? He said, it has become a fan. You know, it has rotated so many times. Thank God it was actually in Jesus' office if that was the case, because it is very comforting for me as a Christian to find my presence there.
The only boy in his family, Lenku says he went to school by default at a time when his community did not place much value on education. And when he is not at work, he wears many different hats. He is an elder at his local church, a pastoralist with well over 300 cows at his Kajiado ranch, and the one hat that he will never put down, a family man, a role that he is trying hard not to interfere with despite his now busy schedule.
My availability at home is a lot less because of the call of duty. But I've taken time to explain to my family, and I'm grateful to them that they have understood that really Daddy has to be away to serve our country. And they encourage me to do it well. They pray for me, they support me, and they release me to go and serve.
I have to maintain the setup of the family, as he said, because if I actually do not do that for the sake of the kids, they will think Papa is no longer with us. So I have to keep on telling them that today Papa is somewhere, is doing work, but he'll come home late. I have a daughter who really likes her father, and sometimes she could write some nice notes and tell me, make sure Daddy replies these notes, to make sure that, for her to know that Daddy came home and Daddy still loves her.
We are proud of him, we love him, and we are always there for him.
7 months into his appointment, Ole Lenku hopes the worst is over.
There are still doubting Thomases who think that is this young man able to do it? And there's no two way about it. We must succeed as a country. It is all of us together as Kenyans.
Esther Kahumbi for Newsmakers.